Hello everyone, welcome back to my A through Z playthrough for Heroes of the Storm. I'm starting to feel better since the Tyrael video. I took a break, had something to eat. I think the Dayquil is probably kicking in, but sinuses are feeling better. My throat's feeling better and everything. So I figured let's go ahead and continue with a video on a character that I have a very... I don't even know how to describe my history with Tyrande. I haven't played her that much. She's level 10 because I've never really understood or gotten what she is supposed to be. And I think it's because she's labeled as a ranged support. And yet, she has, to me, been one of the... In my mind, when I hear the word support, I think healer. You know, a character that is supposed that their strong suit for their team is their role is to play the healer for their team. And I always consider to be one of the weaker healers in the game because, well, she had this one heal on her Q, though it used to have a thing where when you heal an ally, you would also heal yourself, but then they moved that to Uther and removed it from her. Also, her Shadowstalk ult used to provide a heal for her entire team. Well, they took that away, and they gave her a rework. I think it was either within the past year or the past year and a half, where it was like they wanted her to be more of an assassin, because then they changed Shadowstalk where it only affects Tyrande. It has a 20-second cooldown and she goes stealth. And it was like they were trying to turn Tyrande into, I don't know, into another version of either Nova, Valeera, Zeratul. And I thought, why are you making these kinds of changes to a character that is so labeled as a support? If I'm going to play as a ranged support, I'm not looking to be all sneaky and, take down heroes by themselves, like as if I'm playing Valeera or Zeratul. That's not what I'm looking to do when I play as Tyrande, because she's a ranged support. So why am I doing that instead of supporting my team? It's always just baffled my mind that, like how she's supposed to work, what she's supposed to be. I think they need to change her label from support to assassin, and then it would just kind of make more sense to me. And I don't know, I think I also just kind of grew to despise playing against Tyrande, because a lot of players would play Tyrande in this type of style I just mentioned, while also being the Tyrande where they would somehow know exactly where you are on the map at all times and be able to snipe you when they fired their owl from in one direction from one side of the map, and then all of a sudden a few seconds later you just happened to be in that same spot where she fired it, as if she somehow knew you were going to be there. And I have tried this myself playing as Tyrande, and I just don't understand how Tyrande players pull it off. I don't get it. It's basically, Tyrande's not really my kind of play style. I've never really understood, what she's supposed to be doing. It just kind of like, it's confusing to me. Is she supposed to be a healer for her team, or is she supposed to be an assassin? Blizzard needs to make up their mind. That's been my mentality when it comes to Tyrande. Because she can even lead her team in damage. So, all right. So enough of a bit of a mini rant there about Tyrande. They added a lot of quest talents with either her sniping, her stun, or her trait, though hardly anyone ever picks this. It's usually either Ranger or Lunar Blaze. They did add some stuff here for her heal, for either more cooldown reduction, or spell armor, or stuns and silences. I think some of them will take this sometimes. A lot of times you'll run into Tyrande players that all they'll ever take is Shadowstalk, and then they'll just play like a Valeera, and they'll just hunt you down if you're by yourself, and just stun you, and try to take you down and melt you down. And it's a playstyle that I've come to absolutely despise. So whenever I do play Tyrande, I just refuse to take Shadowstalk, just kind of out of principle. showing that you actually can pick Starfall, which I consider to be a more helpful ult for team fights. You know, especially if we're fighting on a map where there's a point to get an objective or something like that. It applies damage, it applies a slow. It's a good ult, and yet players that play Tyrande in quick match always seem to only pick Shadowstock because they love this idea of being a stealthy and like as if, which of course it's probably by people who main Nova, which I guess gives you a reason or an understanding as to why they pick it. So I guess we'll just I'll try and see if I can show you guys how perhaps I would play Tyrande compared to the other type of Tyrande player you might run into in quick match, where they want to turn Tyrande into Valeera, Nova, or Zeratul, the typical kind of stealthy, I'm gonna ambush you when you're by yourself and kill you, and then laugh all the way, you know, while I run away, haha, type of Tyrande player in quick match.
I heed the voice of Elune.
I'm already feeling, I can already feel it. Those of you who have seen the earlier videos where I got all salty about Tyrande, you're already, I'm sure, getting upset and probably writing a negative comment or something about that. I'm sorry. Just, it's kind of, like I said, I guess now I could say it's a bad history with Tyrande, or at least specifically the type of players in quick match that play Tyrande in this type of style. And it's a play style that I very much dislike and have come to, I guess despise is kind of the right word.
Together our victory is assured.
I don't like the stealthy type of play style where I'm looking to, you know, get an isolated player and just make their day miserable by killing them over and over, stealthy.
Battle commencing in 10 seconds.
Of course, I have Malfurion as the announcer. Oh, Tyrande, my love.
2, 1. Let loose nature.
All right, so the typical send the owl up the middle lane to start. There you go. All right, I do like this quest. It's just can be hard to land those at times. Oh, see, give the heal to Falstad. Oh, see. Hard for me to land that on Kerosene. It increases the width and deals more damage. No longer has a mana cost, increases the range. I'm gonna go with this.
By Elune.
See if I can be able to land that. Boom! I actually did land that. I've always said that I'm not a great skill shot, so I think that's part of the reason why I never enjoyed that playstyle Tyrande, because obviously I was not very good at landing my skill shots, and she is a skill shot heavy type of character.
Thus to the enemies are the sentinels.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I think Tyrande is a bad character. She is a good character. I mean, there are times where I run into Tyrandes that no matter how much my team tries, we just can't seem to kill the Tyrande. She'll stand here and she'll just be able to do, you know, lots of damage. She can also be able to get the cooldown reduction on Light of Elune and just keep healing herself, where it's like, oh my gosh, we can't kill this character. And then she'll do that and just kind of get away. And it's very frustrating to go against. Alright. But I think it was the fact that all of a sudden Tyrande kind of became a Valeera type of character that I just really rubbed me the wrong way. Focus on this Kerosene, see whether or not I can finish him off. Ah! Alright, I better run. Send that out, and yep, there we go. And Hearth back. I'm sorry if that rant early on just kind of perhaps rubbed you the wrong way, but it was something that I just had to get off my chest. It's something that has really bothered me, not necessarily just about Tyrande herself, but also the people who play Tyrande with that type of playstyle. It's a playstyle that I do not like.
Good kill. A fine kill.
Now, because of the cooldown reduction you can get, including the one that I just picked up at level 4, it always bothers me, like, how come this Tyrande doesn't run out of mana? Because she'll keep using this Q to heal, and yet somehow she never runs out of mana. And I'm speaking about the Tyrande players that we encounter in Quick Match that we just can't seem to kill. Alright, let's see here. Oh, okay. I got distracted about my talent choice. Got more stacks to my W there. Let's see. Heroes grant a stacking damage bonus. Splash nearby heroes and mercenaries. Let's go with this. See how, what's the range? That's pretty good, I guess. He was like, nope, I'm out. So because of this Q, you'll very often see Tyrande's pretty much doing what I'm doing now, which is the solo lane soak in the top lane here. And because of that cooldown reduction, I'm able to out-sustain the Phoenix there. Look at how quickly I'm able to heal myself. And heal the fall stat as well. Let's see if I can actually land the snipe here. Hit the Phoenix? Nope. Couldn't hit the Lunara, even though other Tyrande players seem to be able to do that.
Retreat is not weakness, it is strategy. With haste.
The light of the sun grows within the temples. Soon they shall pass in my Choose a talent.
Anudora.
Oh, sorry. I got distracted. I thought my mic sounded a bit too loud there. Alright, Starfall. Especially on a map like this. There we go.
No peace.
So you can see, it's as wide as a subjective here. So if the enemy team wanted to step here, they would have to walk into the Starfall.
In the name of Elune. Anudora.
Fort shatter. And so the light fades from my temporals.
Nope.
But
Still can't land those long snipes.
Meet your end.
Like, I know there was like a snipe characters from the other side of the map type of build for Tyrande for a long time, but I just could never pull that off. I've always said I'm not a good skill shot, so Now see, I wasn't sure if Lunara was actually there or not, and yet somehow I was able to pull that off. That's usually the case with the Tyrande players.
As the goddess wills.
Of course, Lunara able to get the poison kill there.
The goddess's wrath descends.
Choose a tower.
Alright. Reduce the cooldown by 2 seconds. Increases movement speed. And power.
So be it.
So you can try and do the snipe even more.
They will surely feel
Boom!
The light of the sun grows within the temples. Soon they shall bask in my glory.
as the goddess wills.
Oh, if Lunara had moved there just a little bit sooner, probably would have taken her down.
Fort destroyed.
Oh, I'm going down there.
To the conqueror.
Can I out-sustain this kerosene?
So be it.
Oh! The guardians of that shrine got me. So I probably could have had it just been me and kerosene, but the guardians were attacking me, so that hurt me there.
My temple's power has been expended. You are stronger than I believed.
I like that.
Oh, generous offer.
That to me helps make her more of a legit healer. When you're able to increase the amount of healing it does.
Yes, of course.
Keep destroyed.
Oh, look at that extra healing I did on the Asmodan there.
It is sad, Tyrande.
Oh, oh, Leyline Seal.
As the goddess wills. This is the
Oh.
Destroyed.
well done, my allies.
Alright. I totally missed that planet cracker there. I was like, where is that being fired from and where is it heading? Where is it being fired at?
Good kill. My magic flows through the temples.
Can I land a snipe from way over here?
Not let these mortals approach them.
Yep, I landed a few. Look at how much Falstad got healed there.
magic of
Ooh,
the
hello, Kerosene. Oh my goodness, really? Silly AI Medivh.
For Kalendor.
Oh, I actually hit that. Made him use the blink. Alright, let's see.
Yes.
Level 20. Applies Hunter's Mark. Increase basic attack range. Increase attack speed.
Meet your end.
Let's go with the range. Look at this. Look at... See, that is crazy. The way I'm able to melt that stitches, that is crazy.
Meet your end.
Oh. That owl did so much damage, it wiped out that, that Lunara there.
soon they shall pass.
My mana is low.
Just like that, I have no mana.
Let us make haste.
Go ahead and put that right on the core. Of course, it's not doing that much damage. Though it should. This may have sounded like a very negative video towards Tyrande, and it's... I'm not trying to hate on Tyrande. It's not meant to be a video where I'm hating on Tyrande. But I just have had a lot of issues, frustrations, confusions about Tyrande, and also the way other people play Tyrande over time. I just need more clarification from Blizzard on what exactly is she, and what exactly is she supposed to do. And if they make that a bit more clear with how her kit works, you know, I don't... Do you want her to be a healer? Do you want her to be an assassin? Or do you want her to be a stealth assassin? Because it seems like they're like wanting her to be any of those things, and it's just, it becomes very confusing. Like, I feel like Starfall has just been completely ignored and forgotten by Blizzard because they wanted everyone to embrace Shadowstalk and embrace turning Tyrande into a Valeera type, which is why very often in Quick Match you'll unfortunately run into Tyrande Valeera duos that all they're gonna do all match is go hunt down squishy characters and just boom, delete you from the game instantly, and they will do that all game, and it's gonna make you feel incredibly frustrated and miserable, like it has me many times. So yeah, that's where a lot of the frustration comes in, is from seeing a lot of these players run Valeera Tyrande duos where all they want to do is just do this stealth duo, and all they want to do is just go around and kill other players all game long. And it's incredibly frustrating. So the build we went with today: Ranger, Moonlit Arrows, Huntress's Fury, Starfall, Empower, Overflowing Light, Shooting Star, mainly only because I wanted that extra range, though the extra attack speed would have worked really nice, especially if you want to keep taking advantage of this. So I think there's definitely flexibility there, and I guess that's one of the things about her talent tree, is probably that's one of the best words to describe it. They wanted her to be a character that has a lot of flexibility in terms of what you need her to be, but really, why are you going to pick her when you could pick either someone else amongst all these characters who focus primarily on one of those other things, whether it be a stealth like Zeratul, whether it be a ranged assassin like a Vala, or whether it be a legit, like, healing focused support like Malfurion, Lily, Brightwing. It just, if you want someone to fill a specific role, there are plenty of other characters I think that can do a better job of it than Tyrande, instead of picking a character that she can do kind of, good in some, multiple areas. But hey, I've seen Tyrande players lead their team in hero damage, which, I don't know, there's just something about a support character leading their team in hero damage that bothers me. It bothers me. I'm sorry if you think that's weird. I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. That a support character probably should not be leading their team in hero damage instead of an assassin. But if you label her as an assassin instead of a support, then that probably would fix that issue. Yeah. So anyway, that's I guess my my mini rant to just kind of remove these things off my chest about my issues with Tyrande. There we go. So let's go ahead and stop here before I really upset a lot of Tyrande players and Tyrande mains out there by telling you that up next we're going to be playing a support that I have a very long, loving, wonderful history with, and that is Uther, the Lightbringer, the first support in the game that I ever got a master skin for, who I played back in the days of the beta, when he was a totally different character back then. He has had so much change over time that this game has been out since his days in the beta. He was the first support I really gravitated towards, and I will elaborate more on that when